Right, my brother there, Otumba Tunde Ekolo Adedoja. Good morning to you. Thank you very much.
Of hit after hit music, back to back on
Papa sois fidèle à maman, oh maman sois fidèle à papa, sinon vous serez contaminé, sinon vous serez infecté. Oh papa sois fidèle à maman. Maman soit fidèle à papa, sinon vous serez contaminé, sinon vous serez infecté. Et vous qui êtes déjà séropositif, il ne faut jamais désespérer. Prenez soin de vous et priez, Dieu vous aidera. Frères et sœurs.
All right, good morning. It's another beautiful time right here on Hours 107.2. Africa Life is the program. Right, many thanks to the last team, that is AwazFM. They will be right back here next Saturday, same time, same station. And of course, after this program at 11 o'clock, the breakfasting will be taken over from me. Remember, getting across to us is quite very easy. Either you send your text to 079 500 80706. Right, of course, if you want to call in into the studio, the number is 0141 420 1072. And if sending it through by email, it is africalife@awazfm.co.uk. Right from this week, that is from today, the program is going to split into two. The first part is going to be general Africa focus. That is Africa in Focus, which will include news from across Africa, as well as some of the documentations and interviews that we've been having before now. That will take us to 10:30 when we will have our hard break, and after our hard break, we will go right on to Yoruba language program, which is Yoruba Lasa, Yoruba Lady, from 10:30 to 11 o'clock. All right, so for today, we'll be looking at Africa in focus, and it's going to be on Mali. Mali has been in the news of latest, and we'll be looking into that. And at half past, like I said, we'll be moving on to Yoruba Lasha, Yoruba Lady, and I will be hosting Alagba Taiwo Akinola on the program today. And for those that are following us on Facebook, the Facebook Live that is on right now will be terminated at 10:30. And not the second part, which will be another Facebook Live, will start from 10:30 to 11. So please do bear that in mind, that at 10:30, the Facebook Live, this current one, will go off. And then another one will come on, which will be solely for the Yoruba Lasha and Yoruba Lady. And this is Sida from Prince Hemi.
Pourquoi y a-t-il plein de personnes qui souffrent de cette maladie? Parce qu'il y a certains hommes qui aiment avoir plusieurs femmes. Parce qu'il y a certaines femmes qui aiment avoir plusieurs hommes. Ainsi de nombreuses personnes se font contaminer.
Oh papa, sois fidèle à maman. Oh maman, sois fidèle à papa. Sinon vous serez contaminé. Sinon vous serez infecté.
Oh papa, sois.
All right, today is the 22nd of August 2020. And of course, on the 18th of August, just about 4 days ago, the world was awoken to the news about coup in Mali. There were some couple of videos that were sent across to us. Unfortunately, I can't show it right on the program here because it's a radio program. But there were, I'm sure some of our listeners will have seen those videos. And it actually showed the military, some members of the Malian armed forces, actually escorting the leaders, the political leaders of Mali into detention. So we saw them on the road with the military escorting them, and we saw the people we saw on the streets were actually jubilating. And that's one of the issues that we also want to bring into the fore. While we have many world leaders and some people also within Mali condemning the coup, there are, from the videos that I saw, I could see that the people of Mali were actually jubilating that the government has been overthrown. I think the president eventually came out and gave a speech, obviously resigning and disbanding, so to say, or retiring the assemblies. So that means all the political structures in Mali has now gone down. So Mali is now being led by a military person. And there's quite some numbers of interesting stories that have come up from that coup. One of the ones that I was able to pick this morning, I'm trying to get where exactly that is, where it's been claimed that the United States has withdrawn all military support to Mali. After, that's the claim, after it was discovered that the soldier that led the push was actually trained by the United States. And that is not to say that he was actually taken into United States and trained to carry out the coup, but that he was involved in a joint military training that was done by the United States. I don't think that United States has to be blamed for that, in part because we know that in few African or many African countries where United States has like an international agreement or obligations. We know that they do carry out all these joint military trainings in order to deal with the security challenges in that part of Africa, and especially when it comes to the Boko Haram terrorists. So that's the news, that the United States has pulled its support. And of course, many African countries, including the ECOWAS, AU, and even the UN, are calling for they obviously were not in support of the coup. And but for the Malian people themselves, and I've got one, the former president of Nigeria, that is Goodluck Jonathan, and some other world leaders, especially within Africa, have been involved with the issues and the challenges in Mali before now. And there was a claim that the opposition leader in Mali had actually called for the president to retire because of the economy and the political situations in the country. So many people believe that it could be that the military actually took advantage of that call by the opposition. Also, at the moment, the former Nigerian president, Goodluck Jonathan, it's been said that he will be leading other African leaders to Mali today. I'm sure they would have been in Mali by now, and that is to help in search for solutions. That is by AFP reporters. And the person that led the coup, well, it will be just one person, but then we know that it can't just be one person. What they are promising is that they want a stable country, and they are willing to return the country back to a democratic government. Many people have their own opinions about that promise. In fact, some of the informations that we ran, I personally ran on Facebook, some claim that, okay, maybe it's actually France that sponsored those people. But even before, people were still claiming that it was France that was controlling the last president, which is Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta, who has now resigned. And on the part of those people that are stepping in to find a solution to what is happening, I will quickly read this. Earlier on Tuesday, before the coup, Jonathan, that is the former Nigerian president, while briefing Nigeria's president, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, said Mali's main opposition group, M5, was adamant on his call for the resignation of Keïta. That was before the coup. Keïta, who later appeared in a state television broadcast on Wednesday, declared the dissolution of the government and the National Assembly, and said he had no choice but to resign with immediate effect. And this is his quote: "If it pleased certain elements of our military to decide this should end with their intervention, do I really have a choice? I must submit to it because I don't want any bloodshed," this 75-year-old said. The United Nations, African Union, Economic Community of West African States, among others, had since condemned the coup. ECOWAS on Thursday announced that it would dispatch a high-level delegation to ensure the immediate return of constitutional order. It also demanded that Keïta be restored as president and warned the junta that it bore responsibility for the safety and security of the detainee. One other issue that has been brought up, or what seems to be like a concern for many people, is the possibility that the terrorists in Mali that are being, because Mali also plays a very, very important part in dealing with terrorists within that part of Africa. So there's a general concern that the terrorists, we've got the Boko Haram, we've got the ISWAP, and I think it was about 3 weeks ago that United States sent a message to Nigeria that ISWAP, one of their faction, is seen heading towards Nigeria. So back to what I'm saying. So Mali plays a very important role in the fight against insurgency in that part of Africa. So the concern is, would this organization, terrorist organization, take advantage of what is happening in Mali to up their game? And it's a well-founded concern. But also, we know that the way the military deals with terrorist organization is completely different from how a democratic government, especially in Nigeria, is what's part of what we've experienced in Nigeria, where we've seen some government actions being dragged rather than pushed in order to deal decisively with the terrorist organization. So, and continue with this, but according to an AFP report on Friday, Jonathan, who is ECOWAS special envoy to Mali, alongside 14 other leaders in the regional bloc, will be in the Malian capital of Bamako on Saturday for peace talk with the junta leaders, including Assimi Goïta, who has declared himself head of the junta. Reacting to the request for a meeting with the leaders, a junta official told AFP, "We will receive the ECOWAS delegation with pleasure. It is important to talk to our brothers," which I think is a good approach. That the military junta, unlike some of the ones we've had in the past, will say they don't want to deal with anybody from outside the country. So they are willing to open up talks with leaders of other African nations in order to find a lasting solution to this, well, I won't call it drama, but to what is happening at the moment in Mali. And from also part of what we ran, people will have diverse opinions on Mali going forward. People felt that if the coup in Mali sustained, it would give a signal to some other African countries as well, where there have been challenges, especially security situations. About not up to 2 months back, maybe roughly about 6 weeks, people were actually calling for coup in Nigeria. They were asking for the military to rise up and to deal with the Nigerian politicians just the way that Jerry Rawlings dealt with some politicians in the Holt time. Of course, after some years, I can't remember the particular year, but not too long ago, when Rawlings was speaking with some people in a conference, he said, well, he wouldn't actually advise such thing again. That when during their time, that was what that's what they saw as the solution. But that these days, it will never advise or suggest or propose to any country to go the route that they went, where some heavy and strong political leaders were gathered and they were assassinated. So Rawlings felt that no, that should not happen again, that there should be some form of solutions to issues, especially the ones that is considered to be challenges between brothers and sisters, rather than killing each other. And that is all on Mali. We'll be keeping up with the news. Like I said, the former president of Nigeria, Goodluck Jonathan and some other African leaders are currently in Mali trying to find a way out. And I do not think that part of the way out will be for the president to be returned into the country. I think it might be, and that is my thought, it might be a transitional government if they do not want the military to handle the next election. So it might be a transitional government which will now be charged with the duty to organize another democratic election. Until then, we'll keep you updated with what is coming from Mali and other parts of Africa. And that brings this part of the program to an end. I'll be signing out at 10:30. And remember, you can still connect with me from 10:30 to 11 o'clock on the other program, the other part of the program, that is Yoruba Lasha, Yoruba Lady. Like I said, I'll be on with Alagba. That's the way we call Mr. in Yoruba language, Alagba Taiwo Akinola on the other end. So please do stay on with us. Right on the radio, I will be right on. But on Facebook Live, I will end this live broadcast and then come back on the other side.